Good morning, folks. Whew, happy Friday. What a day it is. Last day of the week. Almost ready for the weekend. Oh boy, I'm pumped. Melissa, Rafi, welcome in, y'all. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday indeed. Oh, I'm ready for it, y'all. I need this weekend. It's been a week. But what a better way to end it than on a Fantasy Map Friday. Melissa, thank you for the tiny. Little goblin, just for you. You're going to have quite a collection of these guys going on. Got a whole army going on over there. What mischief are they up to, huh? Oh boy, y'all, let's get over to this map graphic, huh? Boom. Let's take a look at the map that we're working on today. There we go. A little more zoom out on it. There it is. There's the full map. Just a little refresher for where we left off last time. Rafi, you're too tired and still recovering? Yeah, that sounds about right, man. From Monday's stream. Wow, that really set you back, man. That really set you back. Sorry about that. Melissa, the goblins have taken a break from the Dark Lord's bidding and they're doing yours. What does that evil bidding involve? Simp1X, my man, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Friday. How you doing? You got good weekend plans? I hope so. Mine are to rest and relax. Do as little as possible. Isabel Knight on YouTube. How you doing? Good to see you. Been a while. Doing well, I hope. Glad to have you back. We've made a lot of progress on the map since, well, Oh, it's all good. It's all good. There's never any expectation to show up. We're happy to have you if you're here, if you're available. Rafi, I'm excited to hear what you say in Discord, dude. Steal the moon. A fair plan, Melissa. A fair plan. I mean, who doesn't have aspirations of that? Being realistic. Wow, very nice, Isabel. 75,000 words into your current manuscript. Is that a new one or the same one you've been working on? Because I know you were working on one, but I'm not sure. Because I thought you finished one, right? Or is that a new one? All right. Well, um, Swamp of Sadness is still the best bit. Let's get it on over there. Let's get a little look at the Swamp of Sadness. And I need to make a couple quick changes to the map. I noticed some things as I was looking at it ahead of time. Um, Sirizari, it is Incarnate. I'll put it in chat for you. It's a free map making software. Incarnate.com. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Y'all, I noticed before stream that, we repainted this river, right? So it's nice and blue now. I love the color. And then down here, it's greenish for the river, but we didn't paint this one. This little stretch of it here is uncolored. It's the default color. We got to figure out what color we want it to be. Isabel, same manuscript, but you've typed so much on your keyboard that your spacebar is being a bit iffy. That'll happen. That'll happen. I've definitely worn some keyboards out. That's where I got. Hold on, we'll pop over to it real quick. This one right here, because I can replace the keycaps on it when they die, which is unfortunately more common than one might wish when writing this much. Get active. You said the map looks fire. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We've been working on it. We're doing pretty good. Gotta figure out where we're gonna go today. We got kind of this. Let's zoom out a bit. We got like this band right in here that needs to be done, and then down here in the bottom right corner. And I need to fill in this river with a color. So probably gonna do the green color of the swamp a little bit, but I don't know. It's blending in with the. Yeah, we'll do the green. I think that makes sense. It's kind of like the regions blending together. The green swamp water flowing into the plains and then kind of petering out. Ah, Rafi, you got a rounded keys keyboard, man. I've never messed with that. That sounds kind of cool, but it sounds like you're not a fan. Yeah, there we go. This paint color works very well for this river. It's not quite as green as I'd like it, though, in hindsight. Well, maybe that's the correct play, though. Kind of in between the two. That's too different of a green. I didn't save what green I used for the river. I think it's just a regular green with a low opacity. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. But I like this color. I'm okay with this. There we go. That honestly looks kind of... maybe not. Maybe a little more grayish blue. Get active. You said, why not make that pathway a cave you can enter from the waterfall? Which pathway? Somewhere. I mean, the waterfall is right here, so somewhere around here. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, Isabel, when it's on a laptop. There's only so much you can do, you know. Pop the key off and see if you can fix it, but it's a bit challenging. It's always a little bit of a risk, you know. I wish there was a color picker tool. That's the one thing that I really would like on this. There we go. That's the color we're looking for. And then we're gonna lighten it a little bit. And then maybe a little bit little bit of this really bright white. I want it to kind of fall into that weird silvery color we've got going on for the plains here. There we go. I'll take that. I'll take that color. Hey, thank you for the follow, Seth Squatch. I appreciate that. Grandmaster Sam, hello, my friend. Good to see you. Leisha, good morning to you. Senior Goat Man, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Y'all, welcome in. Happy Friday. We're back at the map. We got to figure out where we're going. I think when we left off, we were working on the rivers. I mean, they're looking pretty good. I'm not sure what else we need to do on them aside from paint the ground around them to match their respective regions. But, you know, this gray is stand-in at the moment, so it's not really worth painting over here, you know, the edge of the river until we know what the final colors of each region will be. So we'll get to that. B, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome in. Oh, Isabel, I totally feel that. Your dad keeps telling you to get a new laptop, but you've typed over 1 million words on that one. You don't want to get rid of it. Totally get it. I have a 10-year-old MacBook that I do a lot of writing on. And I need to upgrade, and it's just like, even when I do, I'm going to have to keep that thing, because I don't know how many words I've written on it, but 6, 7, 8 books maybe. I can't get rid of that thing. It's too connected at this point. B, you said literally the coolest live you've ever stumbled on. Hey, well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Welcome in. It's glad to have you. We're glad to have you. Iron King, you said, did I draw this from scratch? I mean, I did, but I'm using a program called Incarnate. I'll put it in chat for you here, incarnate.com. It's a free online map maker. It does have a paid tier, but the free version is powerful enough. You can, you know, I made it from scratch, but really you have stamps, right? So, like, let's grab, you know, this big ol' arch. Boom, we got like an arch. So it's like a stamp that you can place and move around and whatnot. And then you can grab paintbrushes and you can paint in everything. So I don't know if I'd say that I, you know, did it from scratch. I used the tools available, you know, to make it, but it's fun. You like the who-dos of who goes there? Yeah, y'all, if you don't know, this is a map for my comedy fantasy book. Right here, Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip. You can get it on Amazon, an ebook, paperback, audiobook. But that's the wrong screen. That's why you'll have names for things like the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings, or the Hoodoos of Who Goes There, etc., etc. They're all a little bit goofy. So yeah, we got to figure out where we're going today, though, y'all. What do we want to work on? Got a lot of options in here. Nerdy Teacher, you said, I like Incarnate, but it's kind of funny opening a book and seeing, oh yeah, that's Incarnate. Yeah, once you know, Nerdy. Once you know, it's hard to unsee it. But it makes really beautiful maps, and I've seen a lot of people that are very talented with it. And they can make maps that like transcend the normal Incarnate map. Y'all, we gotta focus in real quick on this little lava cave up here. I'm so proud of it. We painted a fade on the lava going in, and then a blurred like light effect to make it look like it's like flowing into darkness in there. I'm so proud of that little detail. M on YouTube says you can make a video game with this map. Man, that'd be sick. One day, I hope so. I hope so. The novice level, says Nerdy Teacher. Yeah, that's true, man. That's where it starts, maybe, huh? Unless you're reading the book, in which case it starts here with our little goblin main characters in their Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. All right. All right, chat. I'm throwing one out to you guys. We got an opportunity here. There is this gray area right here, right on the edge of the Rapids of Regret. This is not canonically named in the book. So what do we want to make it? What do we do with it? What region do we want here, y'all? The last one that chat created was the Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment. This creepy fog that when you descend into it, you get confused and your brain gets muddled. But if you stand on these hilltops, you can see clearly. But in order to get out, you got to go through the fog. So that's the last area that chat came up with. So we got room right here to make something else original. What are we thinking, y'all? Other name wasn't available. Good to see you, my guy. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. The Oasis of Oranges. just drop some orange groves in there, Jam. Oh, was there an Incarnate update? I didn't notice. Would they update? Dragon Rex says the Valley of Days Gone Past. Yeah, I could do something like that. I feel like there's an opportunity to make it relate somehow to the planes of abandoned hope and paralyzing fear as you transition from that towards, the Dark Lord's domain. Boring gray land. Just leave it completely blank. I do need to work on my hills and stuff a little bit right in here because these were just placeholder. I think also we should color shift the mountains. Oh, I see what you mean, Keegan. You're saying that my map looks like an update. That's appreciate it. A button games, it's hilarious. This land intentionally left blank. That's actually really funny. I'm tempted to throw that in there. That's great. That is absolutely something I would do in this book. All right, so we're gonna do a little favorite trick of mine real quick. If you notice the mountains up in here, up in the lava area, the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, they're very red. As we get down away from them, I want to color shift these mountains to be a little different. They're crossing the river. They're a little ways away from the heat. So let's make them a different color. I'm thinking a little deserty maybe, coming off the plains into. It depends on what this region's going to be. But I think if we're transitioning off of like a fiery, ashy land, legally distinct Mordor as we call it, these should be kind of deserty and dry. So let's color shift them a little bit. Maybe I'm thinking kind of yellow. So like that's a good start right in there. Let's drop our saturation a bit. But we want a little bit of orange in them, right? Because they're slowly transitioning out of it. Nature doesn't typically move too quickly with gradations, striations. So have them red, kind of like this. Let's get them back to the original color, and then we're just going to desaturate a bit for this first row. There we go. That's a nice subtle one. And then we're gonna do another patch of mountains, and we're gonna change their color a bit. Ooh, Jack-Ann, I love that. That name is certainly, you've got it right there. That's the name, Turnback Territory. Turnback Now Territory. I love that. Let me grab my text tool. Or actually, we'll just copy one of the existing ones so we can pull over all its existing features. And let's I love that. Turn back now. That's exactly the tone that we're going for. I love it. Thank you for the follow, Wishing Snow. I love your name. Very nice. Dustin, you said, what app am I using? We are using inkcarnate.com. I put it in chat there for you. It is a free online map maker. I'm a big fan of it. I use it all the time. All right, so guys, if we're gonna name it Turnback Now Territory, what's it gonna look like? It needs to be like, yeah, right. Don't Isabel, you love it too. It's good, right? Like, it almost feels Western in a way, like I don't know, Turnback Canyon or something like that. I feel like if something like that would be pretty appropriate. Katsuki, you're right. It is Incarnate. It is Incarnate. Love that website. Ooh, gravestones, Melissa. I kind of dig that. All right, let me finish up with these color shifted mountains, but y'all keep the ideas. Ooh, flash flood canyons. That's pretty sick. I kind of like all of this, y'all. You guys have got the creativity is here from chat today. Sick. Well, let me just get a couple more mountains in here because I want. Why are they rotated? I want to color shift them a little bit. So we're gonna make some little teeny mountains here as we kind of fade out our mountains into hills. Don't love that one though. Maybe something like this. And then one like that. That's not final locations, but a maze of canyons with a meandering path to the bridge. Yeah, we could do something like that. All right, there we go. You can sit. It's hard when you make the mountains smaller. I'm not so good at fading them out yet. They just look wrong to me. I'm kind of digging something like that. All right, now we're going to finish our color shift on them. Jam Schmidt, you feel like the entrance to Turnback Now needs to have an imposing feature? Yeah, we could do something like that. Senpai Hinata, this is inkcarnate.com, my friend. It's a free online map maker. I just put the name in chat for you. There we go. There's a good color shift on those mountains. So see how they they're a bright red up in here, and then they turn into a duller red, and then almost like an orangey. I love doing these gradient shifts as you move through the map. And then let's get some hills that look kind of similar. And we're going to color shift these as well. Kind of a little valley in here. There, like this maybe. And we're going to color shift that one as well. There we go. That matches pretty well. We'll take that. Yeah, Zela. You said best map maker ever, super cheap too for the premium stuff. It is. Yeah, $5 a month or $25 for the year for the premium plan is nuts. Like, it's awesome that it's free, and it's great on free anyway. But $5 for premium is awesome. Grandmaster Sam, you said the rapids could flood the canyons after heavy rain. Yeah, we could do something like that. I dig it. We got a lot of water. My only hesitation is we've got a lot of water features on the whole map. We look at it like we got this big old river up in here that flows all the way around and then down into the swamp. So, you know, a lot of water features. I'm not sure I want to throw another water feature in, though I like the flash flood idea. Nini, you said, what is your map about? Like, is it fantasy? Yeah, Nini, so it's a fantasy map, and it's for my book. Let's pull it up here. Here it is, Wriggly Little Hands. It is a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip, off to save the Dark Lord and mess up everything on the way, because, well, they're goblins, and they like to get into trouble. You can get it on Amazon, ebook, paperback, audiobook. Go check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. It's very funny, if I can be so biased in saying so. But yeah, that's what we're making the map for. This is the starting level of the book, basically. You know, our goblins start down here in their swamp. They get their quest from the Dark Lord, and they go off into the world to, well, cause a lot of chaos. I'm going to fiddle with these mountains a little bit. Still not totally pleased with their placement. But that's how it goes. What's up, Rex? How you doing, buddy? Shaquana, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Turnback now territory. So we've had, oh, Leisha. Okay, I do like that a lot. Saint Gray, it is inkcarnate.com. Free online map maker with a cheap paid tier. Leisha, you said, what about a burned up forest? Yeah, I could mess with that. I think that could be really good. Let's, gotta figure out how, so I want to put Rapids of Regret. Oh, yo. That's kind of cool. I didn't mean to do that. The Rapids of Regret, I can kind of like mix it in with the rocks. That's kind of cool. So you can still kind of see it, but it looks like the rapids themselves are also kind of in the rocks. I like that. Shaquana, you said great pronunciation. Well, thank you. I was hoping I got it right. I was trying to. I love this burnt up forest idea. I think that'd be appropriately ominous, you know, with some mountains and stuff, and then burnt up forest on the way through it. That's actually really cool, y'all. We'll just get these mountains kind of spaced out a little bit. Oh no, I don't want to move the fog. I want to move the mountain. There we go. Put it right here on the water's edge, and now let's go find. Now we gotta find. That's not right. But let's see. I'm gonna see if I can change this. Focus here, and then we're gonna move it like that. So when I'm on this screen, you guys can see, one, my head, two, the stamp catalog. I'm trying to be able to show you that. So let's see if we can find some dead trees. Yeah, there we go. Love this one. This is a good one. We'll slap that down. What else we got? Not too many. Let's check out Parchment World. Nah, Fantasy Regional. I know there's some really creepy dead trees in here. See, I really like these guys. This dead tree, but it's the art style is a little bit off. So it's a little too photorealistic in a way. So we're gonna stick with these trees because they blend into the environment a bit more. Um, hey, Jesse Hyman, you said fellow fantasy author. How you doing? What's your book about, Jesse? Let me know. Or books. Crystal, you said please help. What's going on? What program is this? This program is inkcarnate.com. It is a free online map maker. Rex, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Good to see you. Isabel, you're a fan of the burnt up forest? I am too. Let's get some burnt up trees in here. This is gonna be creepy, y'all. Maybe a little bit of smoke too. Like instead of the white fog of the Rapids of Regret, we do like some kind of black fog in here. Crystal, it is inkcarnate.com. I put it in chat there for you. Yeah, this burnt forest idea is excellent. I'm a big fan of that. All right, so I think what we're gonna do here, let's grab this title, and I wanna like slither it through here, man, like a snake in the grass. I wanna just like work it through this forest a little bit. All right, we're gonna need to do these stamps one at a time here. Nightly Nolan, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you and welcome in. All right, maybe you can be underneath it. Something like that. And I need to rotate it a little bit too. Maybe it needs to be a bit smaller. It's a little bit big at the moment. That's a little hard to read. I think a greater curve on it would also be nice. And it does need to be above the mountain, so it's easy to read that way. Y'all, these are the little details that really get me excited. Watch this with the mountain. You see how strong that edge is? If I move it down one layer, it'll be underneath the fog. Boom. See that? Up a layer, down a layer. I love doing that because now the fog from the Rapids of Regret's like kind of over the mountain. It blends it in a little bit. I love it. Whereas we'll intentionally leave this mountain peak above the fog, so it gives you a depth, you know, the illusion of depth, right? I think we still need a greater curve on this, and maybe a size up, like this, and then let's size it up just a wee bit. There we go, something kind of like that. Ah! I want it to be legible, but I also want the trees to kind of mess with it a little bit. Oklahoma City events. We are making this on inkcarnate.com. Just dropped it in chat. And that will, it's a free online map maker. I'm a big fan of it. Alright, Turnback. You gotta be above the hillside, my dude. Huh. Doesn't want to do it. So what we're gonna do is just a little twist. A little twist for the Turnback. Alright, is that legible enough? We like that? I think that's pretty good. Turnback now territory. That's a tongue twister. Rafi, yeah, I feel you, dude. Remind me about that on Discord. I'll tell you why I don't. Kuwabara, thank you very much. I'm glad you think it looks fun. Appreciate the follows, y'all. Turn back territory sounds better. Turn back now. Turn back territory. Turn back territory. I kind of agree with you. Turn back now or turn back territory. I kind of agree. I like turn back territory. Just a little bit more flowy. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so let's get a few more trees up in here, y'all. Oh, thank you for the gifts, Oklahoma. Hey, Oklahoma, we got a tradition around here. Gift for a gift. So you generously gave me a gift, so I got a gift for you. Here's one of my little goblin guys. That guy's for you now. Hide all of the matches in your house. Never feed it after midnight, and your home will never be clean again. I'm sorry, they're very chaotic, but they are the main characters from the book that we're working on, Wriggly Little Hands. That's what this map is from. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the wonderful, wacky ways they mess that up. And it's on Amazon now in any format you could want. Go check it out. I'd appreciate it. That is what we're making the map for. This is where the book starts. Our goblins live right down here in their little village in the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings. Turnback Trek's also good. Turnaway Trail. Oh, man. Y'all are really throwing out too many strong names here. Holy cow! I don't want to obliterate the original name, but what was it? Turnaway Trail, or was it? They're moving too quick now. Turnback Trek, Turnaway Trail. That's really good too. Gosh, good names. All right, Turnback Trek, Turnaway Trail, Turnback Territory. Y'all, I don't know. Yo, let me know in chat. Give me a choice between Turnback Trail or Turnback Territory. Go away, Gorge. That's a great one, Kylo. Dude, I really love that, actually. That's good, too. All right, Kylo, I'm writing that down because I might need to put that somewhere else on the map. Go back, Gorge. That's very silly. Oh yeah, Spiral, we're definitely putting a trail through here. I think also I'm going to do a very winding, confusing trail. So I'm going to move this mountain and these trees. We're going to make this like a really, really winding path to get through here. Forest of Fafo. We're going to be even more divisive and say turn back now fits the theme of the map the most. It does. It does. Flip some of the trees. Yeah, that's a good call. It's a good call. Get a little bit of horizontal flippage action in here. Boom. There's a flip. Yeah, you're right. I see what you mean. There's too much repetition of the same curves. A little bit of horizontal flips on these guys. Make them dance a little bit. Go Away Gorge is really good. Isabel, yeah, you should totally make a fantasy map just for fun. I mean, that's kind of why I started. I just have way too much. I literally will do this in my free time just because it's enjoyable. It's just fun, man. It's like a video game. All right, let's sketch out a road, maybe. I've got to make a final decision, though. Turnback Territory or Turnaway Trail? I'm going to stick with Turnback. I think Turnback's better. Not better, but it feels better. It feels like it fits the theme more. It's trying to warn you away, you know? Because you have Turnback Territory into the Rapids of Regret, into the hoodoos of who goes there, and then you're in real trouble because you're in the big bosses, the Dark Lord's domain. Yeah, Gray, we were deciding between Turnback Trail, Turnaway Trek, Turnback Territory, all iterations of those. And they're all really good, dude. It's hard to choose. Colbish used to draw maps freehand for D&D back in the day. Dude, you're good. You're good. Freehand is tough. I'm using the crutch of this wonderful program. Oklahoma, you said trail sounds like a one-road territory. Sounds like a big area. Could see that. Maya, welcome in. Good to see ya. Happy Friday to you. You said, what's my book about? I'll pull it up right here. It's Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip, and it's been described by one reviewer who made my week by saying it's like a D&D campaign where none of the players put points into intelligence, and the DM is taking a shot after every chapter. Highest praise I've ever received. You can grab it on Amazon, an ebook, paperback, audiobook. Check it out. But we're making the map for it right now. Links in my bio if you ever want to pick it up, too. Nice and easy. Isabella, you took a pause from writing a fantasy book to watch someone make a map for a fantasy book. Hey, it sounds like you're living the good life to me. That's some good sources of entertainment there. Oh, well, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Maya. I appreciate it. Gray, I'll take your opinion, man. You're good at this stuff. You let me know. Oh yeah, Clock. Definitely inspired by Tolkien. It's a comedy, so we kind of satirize a lot of fantasy tropes. There's a lot of Tolkien we make fun of in there. Lovingly, I am a massive Tolkien fan. All right, y'all. Let's get this trail painted. We gotta paint a trail here. Right through. So we got a road up in here. We got, kind of pavement once you get across the bridge. Before the bridge, we need dirt or something. So let's see. We got some dirt favored in our brushes. No, we don't. All right, so we're gonna need to grab a different color. I'll pop over to this one so you can see the colors we're looking at. Let's see what we can do for path. Nothing there. What about over here? Nah. All right, so we're gonna go to road. Nothing? Alright. Sometimes there's a little bit of a search issue if I click into it with the search already initiated. But we'll just find it. We got beige right here. Tide and Tara, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't say hello earlier. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. Alright, let's go to the fantasy world color. The better colors in here for this map. Yellow. What color do we think for the road, y'all? Oh, Chris, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. But thank you for getting a copy. Queasy TikTok. It is inkcarnate.com. I'll just put it in chat for you there. I'll do it on YouTube as well. There we go. Free map maker. It's awesome. Okay, color suggestions. A lighter reddish sand color would be good. Or a sickly yellow. Well, let's take a look at both. We'll get this lighter red. Let's make that brush size smaller. And that's a little too bright. We need to lower that opacity. And this isn't the final red color. We would need to do some wet on wet painting there. Get some Bob Ross up in here and change the color a bit. All right, we'll grab a yellow. Ooh, this yellow turbulent lava it's called. It looks a little too fake, right? Let's see if we can get something more sandy. This is supposed to be yellow grass, allegedly. So that blends in a little too much. Grab the sand. Sand could work if we upped the opacity on it. Chris, I had you at Goblin Road Trip. Dude, I had myself at it. Once the idea hit, I had to go with it. Key Marie, your son's big into D&D and he loves fantasy. Dude, rock on. It's such a good, developmental thing. It's just collaborative storytelling with friends, right? It's awesome. I love D&D and fantasy. How about this yellow desert color, y'all? All right, what are we thinking on these colors between these four? What do we like? Oh, Key, he'd be right on the bottom age range for it. I wrote this as adult fantasy, but it's really clean, and it has found an audience of young adult and middle grade readers. I've actually had a lot of young adult and middle grade readers saying they love it. So yeah, it's good for kids for sure. There's 2 curse words in the whole book, damned and hell, but they're used in a joking manner. Other than that, totally clean. Enough fart jokes to make to make the young boys happy. You like the desert one, Tide and Tara? Jack Ann, you like the bottom darker yellow one. Mix the left one with the bottom one. Yeah, we could do that. I kind of like that. Yeah, T. Miller, I like the idea of not having a road. But what I'm thinking is I want to have a really winding, ridiculously winding path all the way through here. So yeah, let's see if we can do a bit of a mixture between these 2 colors. No, I didn't use the right yellow. I think it was this one. No, that's not it either. Which yellow was it, y'all? It was this one. There we go. There's kind of a mix of our bottom and our left one. I kind of dig it. It's kind of yellowy. I almost think I might mix it with a more yellow. That's a little too yellow, though. Let's get that opacity down. Using a color that bright, we got to drop that opacity. Kind of like that. I think, if we added some red in here, I think it could look really good. Kind of like a bruise almost. The red's not strong enough. Kind of like that. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Dracula, we're just trying to pick out the road color. We're kind of blending some colors together to make our road. Y'all, I kind of like the color we've made here. It's like it's a red, an orangey beige, and a yellow kind of smeared together. Let's mess with that. I'm a fan. All right, so first we're gonna go and we're gonna get rid of our test samples. Get those out of here. And now we're gonna do our road all the way through here. All right, so I'm gonna start with the red because that's just gonna be really distinctive. And brush size 10. That's about what we normally use for roads. All right, y'all. I need help here. Help me draw the most insane path through this. Like, we'll move the trees afterwards, and we'll put some hills or something in. But like, I want to make this like just ridiculous. How it goes through there. Kind of like around this tree and down. Come back this way. You see a baguette, Natty? I can see that. I can see that. Oh yeah, a cave through the mountain would be great, Colbus. Yeah. Or no, sorry, that was Fear No Fish said that. Okay, yeah, I dig that. Colbus, what do you mean by color mode suggestions? I'm gonna put this mountain, or at least another mountain in there, and we're gonna put a cave through it. I think that'll be very cool. Yeah, Rafi, I love it. I'm definitely gonna make a confusing Turnback in there, like a switchback, and I just want this to be really ridiculous. Let me get the name out of here real quick because I want to be free to not, have it in the way when I'm working. Gotcha, Colbus. Yeah, I mean you can drop the hex code color. It's a little bit tough because the way it like if you go to color, it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it does have hex code. Never mind. Yeah, we can work on hex code. That works. Good morning, Josiah. How you doing, man? Chris, I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, man. All right, let's get... I wanted to do that mountain. I got distracted. I wanted to throw a mountain in here so we can put a cave through it. That would be really funny, I think. Yeah, like this guy. But let's give him a horizontal flip. Yeah, there we go. So it stands out, right? It looks a little different. And then we're going to grab... I got a cave right here. Let's see if we can blend this cave into it a little bit. We gotta work. Yeah, we can zoom out real quick. Yeah, always remind me of that, folks, if you want. I get really obsessed with the details. But there we go. There's our full map. You can see that little teeny tiny square right here is where we were working. But this is the whole map. We've been doing a lot of work on it. Gorilla, we love the details. Yes, we do, my friend. Mick Cod Commando 123 says graveyard that leads into a larger graveyard that leads into a huge graveyard. Mick Cod on YouTube, you would love my description of the Caverns of Whispering Web right in here. This is an area we worked on a while ago. If I pull up the book, I got a copy right here. Let's see. I got a description of this. I want to get it right. Here we go. Where is it? Right at the start of chapter 2. The caverns of Whispering Web were a pleasant path less traveled. Everyone always went for the big road, always in such a hurry. They missed all the local charm of the caverns, what with the big spiders, and the bigger spiders. Oh, and also the biggest spider who'd haunted the world since the first sunset. So it's a lovely place in there, Definitely a great stopover. Swing on in. Become dinner. Just a great way to spend an evening. Kina, it's from a comedy fantasy book that is inspired and makes fun of Lord of the Rings, among other popular fantasy books. So we definitely have, legally distinct Mordor up here on the top, and the Caverns of Whispering Web inspired by Kirith Ungol, etc., etc. But it goes off in its own direction after that. It satirizes a lot of different genres, as well as kind of goes its own way. I don't like that cave entrance as much, but I need to do another cave entrance. I don't even know if we're going to be able to see it, y'all, but I want to put it here on the other side of the mountain. Now it's upside down. Whoopsie. Alright, you know what? Nah, we'll keep it how it is. I want there to be a cave over here. We're not going to be able to see it, and I can't really flip it the correct direction. So we're just going to pretend that there's one there. But anyway, the road definitely needs to like go into this cave. Something really wild. We got to get that road in there. Colbus, you said this would be a good theme for one of the old turn-through novels. Pick this page kind of thing. Oh, like a choose-your-own-adventure. Yeah, I could see that. Dracula, very lovely. Remind me to stay millions of miles away from it. Ravenwolf, it is inkcarnate.com. Free online map maker. There we go. Just put it in chat. Tide and Terror, you said have it go left and then dart back. Yeah, we gotta get this road. I think something like this kind of works. But I also want it to go just as ridiculous as possible, you know? There we go, something like that. And I'll put a natural feature between these two roads to like make sure that you can't, you know, you have to actually go along it. This is ridiculous, y'all. So this one's gonna go through the mountain. You know what though? Let's move this cave to like right here. Grab our brush. We're gonna wipe this away. Oh, not all of that. Just this part up here. Thank you for the follows, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping by on our Fantasy Map Friday. There we go. All right, so it kind of goes in there, and I want it to come out this way and around. Oh, you know what? I just had an insidious idea, guys. What if it comes out like there? It comes out like there, right? And oh no, we got to delete a little more. And then instead of curving back in immediately, we just go off in this direction for a little adventure over here. This is maybe a little too ridiculous, but it's a very silly book. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of great, and we're gonna paint that road in better. We're just really stretching it out, you know, laying it down with the red so we can see it nice and easy. Gotta get some nice graceful turns in here, something like this, and then around the tree, through here, and boom, there's our road. Y'all, I think Turnback territory is now adequately named. Make one tree alive. Charzar, that's a name. Will there be a dragon? There is a dragon in this book. Ankalagrung, the fireworm of the blazing eternities. She's a lot of fun. Meet her about halfway through. Y'all, if you don't know, we are making a fantasy map here for my book, Wriggly Little Hands. Here's the zoomed out map, and here's the book. It's on Amazon now. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip and all the ways they mess it up. It's a lot of fun. It's as goofy as this map. Please check it out if you want. I'd appreciate it. But for now, Dracula, you like the cover? It's a lot of fun. I'm in love with my artist that did this. Dude's Ivan Shavrin, incredible guy. Such a good artist. I'll pass the compliments along. Thank you for saying so. Very kind of you. Grandmaster Sam, at the cave exit, there can be a small path that leads back to the start with a sign that says the right way. Rude. Rude. Logan, we're using inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat there for you. It is a free online map maker. Alright, y'all, before I paint the final color of this road, which is going to look more like this color, let's get our landscape moved around it. I want to, like, make sure that, oh, you know what? Let's save our changes. We got, like, 200 changes we've made. We should probably save that. DL DL Detwe says, if you had to recommend one of your books to start with, which one would you choose? I'd probably choose. So here's all my books, my book ones at least. If you're gonna start with one, I would say start with Wriggly Little Hands. It's comedy fantasy. It's totally goofy. It's my newest, and my next books will all be like that. That's kind of my genre I'm falling into. But if you like Dragon Ball Z-esque gritty fantasy, we got Servant of Rage. If you like Jurassic Park thriller vibes, we got The Far Wild. And down here is all lit RPG. But if I was going to recommend one, get the Goofs. The Goblins are very fun. Thank you for asking. Douche Canoe. They are all adult fiction, except Wrigley at the top and Warden. They slant YA, and Wrigley even down into middle grade a little bit. But for the most part, outside of Servant of Rage, they're all accessible for adult and young adult. Servant of Rage is just a little intense. It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z meets Highlander, and it gets a little bit gory in there because it's got some big action scenes. Other than that, though, I mean, it's pretty safe, man. There's not many content warnings or anything. All right, we gotta get. Oh, Colbus. That would be insane, my dude. Actually, one of my regulars has been reading it to his middle school students, I believe. I believe they're middle school, and they've been loving it. So that might not be the worst idea. Let me know what y'all are thinking about that. If you want to DM me or something, I'd love to make it happen. Appreciate our teachers for sure. You're adding all of these to your book list? Well, thank you, my friend. I hope you enjoy them. Got a lot more coming, too. The world of Wrigley is expanding, for sure. Skibbity, the book is Wriggly Little Hands, right here. It's on Amazon. Ebook, audiobook, paperback. Please check it out. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, and all the wonderful ways they mess it up as they journey through this land. Oh, this land that we're making here. Scurolupo, we're using inkcarnate.com. Put it in chat there. Free online map maker. Gold Tapwater, I always wondered how they made these. I thought they were hand-drawn. Oh, Gold, yeah, a lot of skilled artists out there do hand-draw maps, but I am not a skilled artist, so I'm using this awesome map-making website. Well, thank you, Skibbity. You can tell I'm not young enough. I can't say it easily. It's on Amazon now. It's released, and y'all, if you're audiobook fans, and you're aware of Dungeon Crawler Carl, narrated by the amazing Jeff Hayes, well, we have Jeff Hayes on this audiobook. They didn't tell me he was going to be on there. He kind of surprised me with it, and oh my goodness, he did such a good job. Road splitting around a tree, says Colbus. We could probably do that. Right in here on this curve could be a good spot for that. Let's do it. We're going to grab a tree. Get one a little different, though. This guy. I like that guy. That's a good tree. That's a happy little tree, and by that I mean horrific. We'll put it right here. Huh. Can we split the road around it? Raffy, yeah, intestines-looking trail. Yeah, exactly. We're just making it as nutso as possible. There we go. There's our road going around a tree. I'm going to move this one. The bases are blending in a little bit. There we go. But Tide and Terra, you said we need a different feature in here. I agree. We need something besides the dead trees, y'all. What do we... Someone mentioned tombstones earlier. That actually might be good, right? To just kind of like, come on, guys. Here's your sign. Turn back. Turn back. You don't want to keep going, you know? Your local pansexual. Hey, welcome back. Good to see you. You said Turnback territory has Alice in Wonderland vibes. Yeah. That's pretty spot on for kind of what I'm going for. An eerie lake. We could do an eerie lake. I don't think there are any dead bush assets. Lupo, the gamer in you knows that tree has something important. Yeah, it's got an Easter egg hidden in there, right? Yeah, we could do a lake in here or something. I also let me grab a sample real quick. of the dark clouds. I wanna get that because I want to do like a smoky vibe over here, like it's been recently burned. You know, kind of like in the wake of a forest fire. I don't know if I can make these dark enough though. And they're really not going to fit the style, but I can't change the saturation very well on. It might be a little bit too cartoony to have these here because they don't really fit with the rest of the map. Oh, I moved them now. I can't grab them. They're under too many assets. Yeah, they're going to be too cartoony. I think if we're going to do a lake, this could be a good idea for the lake. We could try to drop the transparency on them. That's not a bad idea. The opacity. And then, let's see, we need to make it very dark. Where's my color? Where's my color? There it is. Dark hue, low saturation, low brightness, high contrast. Maybe the opacity is a little too low there, though. Yeah, there. I have my other clouds. I have these, the fog on the rapids. Nope, that's not it. Come on, fog, where are you at? That's got to be it. There we go. There's some of our fog cloud. Let's see if we can make that dark. It's hard to change the color of it because it's not a very, you know, visible thing. And I can't really change the... Oh, the opacity's real low. There we go. Okay, get that opacity up. There we go. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. This is doable. This is doable. There we go. Okay, that's going to be good. That's going to be good fog that we're going to put over the whole place, you know? Kaya, we are using inkcarnate.com to build this. It's a wonderful free map maker. And quick zoom out for everybody that's just joined us. Here's the map so far. I got some fun areas like the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings, the Rapids of Regret and Turnback territory, and it is the map for my book, Wriggly Little Hands. It is a comedy fantasy about a group of lovable goblins on a road trip and all the wonderful ways they mess up pretty much everything they come across. They're curious but not intelligent, mischievous, and a little bit prone of arson. They do like to start fires everywhere they go. And then some brilliant individual gives them a rocket-powered wagon, so it all goes downhill fast. It's on Amazon now if you want to check it out. ADHD children, yeah, that's pretty accurate. But if you want to see them adventure through this land and mess everything up on the way, it's on Amazon. Links are in my bio. Please do grab a copy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the lake over here, guys. I like that suggestion. I think a nice, eerie, creepy, dried-up lake with some steam or something coming off of it could be really good. All right, so we've got this nice fog, if I could ever grab it again. So many assets on this map. There it is. All right, I'm going to move the fog for the moment. We'll put it back, but I need to do the color of the ground and everything, and then we'll put the fog back on top. I still like the ideas of the tombstones in here, so let's see if we can grab some like gravestones. Oh, look at this, y'all. We got a tree. We got a tree with gravestones. How fancy is that? It's not going to be, you know, noticeable when we zoom it down here. Oh, Sammy, no, I get lovely help from lovely, talented artists for my covers because I couldn't do these. I can make fantasy maps for fun, but I couldn't do art like this. I mean, this is insane levels. I mean, look at this. I couldn't do that. DL Detway, you picked up regularly. Thank you, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun, if I'm being biased. But I hope you enjoy. You let me know. You let me know what you think. Ah, Sammy. Yeah, no, you've seen me before on stream. Yeah, no, I definitely. One of my great joys of this job is working with artists. I love the fact that I get to work with them. Alright, let's get... I'm trying to... Here, we'll go to display capture so y'all can see what I'm doing here. We're trying to grab some gravestones of some sort. That's going to be a little too detailed. Here, we should just drop a giant dancing skeleton in here, right? Wait. There we go. I need to be in the Fantasy World pack. I'm not seeing a lot of tombstones. Maybe I need to put tombstone, gravestone. What else would we call that? I mean, it's a gravestone, right? Lil Alien Goop. It's incarnate.com. Lovely little free map maker. It's got a paid tier, but you don't necessarily need it. All right, I'm not seeing a lot of good stuff for grave. I figured there would be better tombstones, but hold on. You know what? Let's try the battle map pack. I think battle map's typically a top-down view, though. Whereas we're using a isometric view. You know, we're offset a bit. Yeah, that's going to be too detailed, too zoomed in. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to have anything there. We'll get rid of Giant Skeleton Man. He's fun, but I don't think quite fits in. Thank you for the follows, everybody. I appreciate you. Seriously. Graveyard, I could search that. Add a suspiciously menacing above average size bee. That sounds like something I would have in this world, for sure. What about wolves? Yeah, I tend not to drop living animals in here just because the scale gets off. Like, the map is really supposed to be viewed from like this perspective, maybe a little bit zoomed in, and the animals have to be so small that you can't really see animals when I throw them in there. It's hard not to get too detailed, which I always end up doing. Sans is in Wrigley confirmed as your local pansexual. Yeah, I'd do that. Sans is a wonderful character. Large hole with no known bottom. Man, I feel like we talked about having that somewhere in here. Well, we could put that somewhere. That is very on brand. I mean, we already have, you know, this, which is a well with fire, cold fire coming out of it in the middle of a crater. Chat came up with that one. Yeah, let's do that lake real quick. I want to do the lake that everybody was excited for over here. So let's put that lake in. We're going to go to our mask tool, and we're going to subtract a little bit. That's a little too rough. We're going to make it smoother, and then we'll manually roughen the edges. So let's do this, like so. Boom, we're going to lower that brush size down to like 6. And we're going to zoom in because I want this lake to follow through here a little bit to be a reason why you can't cut across, you know? Let's get stupid detailed here, y'all. We're going to get way too in the weeds, but we like the weeds. There we go. Something like that, right? And now we need to make it dry. Like, oh, God, it looks like a wound with the blood red road around it. We're going to change the color of that road, so it's not going to be like that all the time. But now, how do we make this look dry? Sammy, could you connect it to the big river with a little stream? Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. I almost, though, kind of want to keep it separate because it's going to be a weird-looking watercolor. So I kind of want to almost like put like a hill here or something that's going to separate it because it's going to be a different color than the main river. So I kind of want to have it like cradled in a way. Ooh, you know what? Y'all, got to use another cliff. Yeah, Big Nerdy, you know what's up. Oh, man. Big Nerdy, I don't recognize the name. Have you been here before, or was that just a straight pool for cliffs? Because it's becoming a bit of a stream lore that I have a thing for cliffs, and I use them far too much in all of my maps. They're just so fun. They're just so fun. Look at these awesome cliffs. We're gonna make this like a rim, right? Ooh, Pestilence Pond. That's a great name. Ghost, this is incarnate.com. Put it in chat there for you. It's a free online map maker. I'm a huge fan of it. Use it all the time. Just for fun, for my books like I'm doing here. etc., etc. All right, so let's do. We're gonna line this road. I need to grab one more cliff that's gonna go in there. Maybe. Might that do it? That's the same one I've already used. That's a little too straight. Turning that one's not ideal. This would be ideal if I make it smaller. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we just got to work on that, the way they merge together a little bit. Mess with the layers. Yeah, Insanity. I do publish. I'm a full-time author, so that is my job. So this map is for this book right here, Wriggly Little Hands. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. They're off to save the Dark Lord, who has no one left to rely on. And, well, relying on goblins isn't a great idea. Get into a lot of wacky adventures along the way. You can get it on Amazon, ebook, paperback, audiobook. Please check it out. I'd appreciate it. This is the silly map that they start in, and it only gets goofier from there. Oh, Jordy, thank you, my friend. Nice of you to say. I hope you have a great day as well. Thanks for stopping by, my dude. It's a pleasure to meet you. All right, there we go. I think that's pretty okay for the way these blend together. Or you know what? Hold on. We can do better. We can do better. We know how to work with cliffs. That's like my favorite thing to do. Look at that, y'all. Look at that little canyon down in there. Oof, I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and group those cliffs together. Yeah, oof. I love cliffs. Cliffs are so useful in this world. Let's put another mountain in here too. Just a small mountain, because I want this area right here where it hits the river. I want to throw a little teeny tiny mountain up in there. That's not a good one. Maybe that's too similar. Maybe you with a horizontal flip could work. Like that. Ooh, that looks kind of cool, y'all. Like a Pride Rock vibe. An evil Pride Rock going on here. Like this. I need you to go... So this one needs to go a layer up. There we go. Ah. I'm getting caught up on layering stuff. TikTok says I am inactive. TikTok, I assure you I'm not. I do like my daily reminder, though. I always know I'm about an hour into stream when TikTok tells me I'm inactive. I have to go prove that I am a human being and still here. Coco, I'm doing good. How about you? Thanks for stopping by. Colvis, what happened to no more water? Yeah, you got me. We're gonna make this like an eerie dead lake, though. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be different water. It'll be worth it. Trust me. All right, there we go. There's that little mountain. And I really want to... We were doing this lake, so let's keep on with the lake. Adana, how are you making the map? Is it special software? It's a website called incarnate.com. Free online map maker. It's got a paid tier, but it's really cheap. And the free version's fine. Paid tier's great. Danny, you said, are you releasing the book with this map included? So the book is actually already out. Here's the book right here. Wriggly Little Hands. It's goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the ways they mess that up. It's already out, ebook, paperback, audiobook on Amazon, so please go check it out. I should do a different version with this map in it, but actually, if I grab... Let's see, do I have it downloaded right now? Yeah, so this is the map that's in the book that my artist made for me. Shout out to Ivan Shavrin. Let me see if I can get this centered nicely. Come on. This is the map that's in the book, and you'll see... you kind of get the vibe of our goblins here from how they're treating this poor map. And you might understand why they get lost when their first inclination when they get a map is just to set it on fire. Or draw on it. Also, they don't do a good job of naming places, you know, like, yes, everybody's favorite neighborhood, Hot Bad Fall, and People City. No go bad spooky. Like, so yeah, this is the goblin map. Same guy that did my cover, Ivan Shavrin, made this one. Love him. He's so good. So we got that one in the book now, and then we're working on this map for fun. But I'll definitely, on my website, I always leave a bunch of extra resources and art from the book and stuff. So we'll definitely at least have that there, if not a version of the book with this in it on a re-release. 1992 Toyota Land Cruiser, my dude. How you doing? Are you still in America? Or are you back in back down under? Insanity. Yeah, I have. This is my only hardcover, Servant of Rage. It's grittier fantasy. The rest are paperback or ebook or audiobook. We're just kind of experimenting in the world of hardbacks. All right, y'all. Oh yeah, let's get a quick zoom out. Good call. Good call. Here we go. There's our full map. Let's center it nicely. Boom. There's the map so far. Ooh, Jamschmidt. That's creepy. Like an ice stalk coming out of the lake. Oh, you know what, y'all? We wanted this to be a dried, kind of creepy lake. What if we put like a crevice in the middle of it? Like kind of one of these guys. And have the water kind of draining into it. Don't know where it's going. Could be a good reason why it's dry. Like a sinkhole opened up beneath it. But let's grab the lake color. We're going to paint it first. We got to get a good, nasty, dried up color for this, you know? Do it on the split, Titan Terra? Oh, the eye stalk coming up out of the split. Is that what you're saying? Oh my god, that's creepy. Y'all are creepy. I should have consulted y'all more before I wrote the book. I'm gonna just do a little bit of color mixing, a little bit of wet. Oh, that's too yellow. Too yellow. Let's get. We need some darker color in here. Maybe let's just get a little brown. We're gonna throw a little bit of dirt in here. That just kind of made it look shadowed. I kind of dig it though. It looks like a damp riverbed right now. See done. There is one town on this map, and then someone else asked something else. What app? It's Incarnate. Bambalambino. That's very funny. Incarnate.com in chat. It's a free online map maker. Tyler from Neptune, thank you for the roses, my dude. Holy cow. Going to town. I appreciate you, dude. We got a little tradition around here. Gift for a gift, my friend. You gave me all those wonderful roses, so I got some wonderful goblins for you. These are for you, my friend. There you go. And a couple more for all those roses, for sure. There's some rules with them, though. Don't feed them after midnight, just like gremlins. Hide your matches. They will burn everything down. They love arson. And your house will never be clean again. I apologize. They're cute. They're worth it, though. Thank you for the gift, man. I appreciate you. Someone had asked about towns. We have 2 towns at present, maybe 3. So we got Elm Shadow down here. It's a little druid village that a chat member, a viewer, asked me to put in. So it's our little druid village down here in the swamp. Then we have the Goblins Village. Just a little collection of huts down here. Titan Terra, you're spot on. The goblins have the attitude of toddlers with some added arson. And then I guess this is kind of a town up here, the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, where the Dark Lord lives. It's kind of like that. Kind of a town. Maybe we should put some towns up in here, though. That should be. We'll add that. Let's keep working on our lake bed, though. We need to make this bad boy look dry. So I'm going to look for some texture, yeah? Let's get some dirt, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Something like this. That's got like a... Oh, that's kind of... That actually... The way that kind of worked, y'all, like when I first did it, the darkness in the center and then lighter edges makes it look like a pit, right? Like it's kind of going down. I kind of dig that. That looks good for a dry lake bed. So now how do we make it look... We can try to do one of these crevasses on it. Crevices. It's not a crevasse because it's those typically are around ice, right? We could put that in the center of it, kind of like it opened up and that's why it drained. Or we could put some creepy looking water in there, y'all. What do we prefer? I'm not sure I like that specific crag. I want something that looks more like a wound. Kind of like this. It doesn't fit the lake well though. The shape of the lake. Maybe we got it right the first time. I think we had it the first time. I shouldn't have messed with it. There we go. Boom. It's back. Y'all want to play with the water a little bit? We could put, you know what we could do? We can do water above this crevice too, this crag. Let's get a little water in there. We're gonna grab our water brush, and we're gonna make it low opacity because I want this to be see-through water. I'm gonna turn it a little bit. We can do that. We can give it a little rotation, kind of like that. I think that fits pretty well in there. And now let's get a little water on there. Maybe a little more opacity than that, huh? I think I need to do, all right, we're going to do a trick that I don't love doing, but it tends to work pretty well. We're going to make this brush really small. We're going to paint on top. I don't love painting on top because it creates other issues, but it will make that hide. It'll hide that as if you're looking through water at it, which I think is a nice little effect. It's all right. It's all right. I kind of liked it better before before the water, though. I kind of want to take it back to how it was. That's a lot of Control-Z's. Yeah, I think it looked better without the water, y'all. Just kind of dried up. I like it better that way. Swiss cheesy, I should make D&D maps. Look, man, I love making maps. I'd do it just for fun. Let's get a quick save. Y'all, we'll do a full zoom of the map here when the save finishes. Here we go. Quick zoom out. Come on, baby. There it is. There's our full map. Been working on it for a couple Fridays now. Welcome in. Pleasure to have y'all. This is the fantasy map for my book right here, Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and, well, all the wonderful ways they messed that up because they're goblins. It involves such crazy adventures as road rage, unionization, and one genie wish gone terribly, terribly wrong. It's on Amazon now, on ebook, paperback, audiobook, whatever format you want. Links in my bio. Check it out if you want, y'all. I appreciate that. And this is where the book begins. You know, the goblins, they live right down here in their goblin village. They go up to the Dark Lord's castle to get their quest, and then off into the wide world to cause havoc and arson. The map areas sound like Fortnite drop spots. I'll take that. They're supposed to be silly, so I dig that. Swiss cheesy, would it ever be possible to commission a map for you? I mean, I've never done that before. I don't know. I've never thought about that. That's kind of you to ask. I'm flattered. Thank you. Draculus, you like how Horse is just sitting with him? Yeah, horses. Their first way of travel. They're undead horse companion. But come on, when you get a rocket-powered wagon, you gotta let Horse ride in it. Just be mean not to, and my goblins aren't mean. They just like to burn things down. Nick, we are using inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat right there. It's a free online map maker. All right, y'all. I think I like where the lake's at. I think we need to do one more feature in Turnback territory. Just something to put in with the trees. Like we tried the gravestones, but I couldn't really find any. Swissy cheesy. I mean, I'll think about it, man. I kind of need to write my books for my job, but I don't know. Maybe. Coach Kyle, my dude, welcome back. Good to see you, dude. Check our map, man. We made great progress on this one. How you been, Coach? Been missing you, dude. Welcome back in. Good to have you. Austin Baker, this book, you said are using a hard magic system or a soft magic system? We're using a goofy magic system. This book, here's the book right here. It's very comedy heavy. It's very silly. So the magic system is very loosey-goosey and exists more for comedy than anything, because it's a very silly book. Thomas Nolan, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Yo, what? Blaze, you feel like you missed a lot because the map looks different, dude. We've been populating this map. We're getting a lot in here. Um, Yo, we need one more thing to put in Turnback territory. We need to get like something else in these trees. But what? But what? We tried gravestones. It didn't really work. You know, there's a spooky asset pack. We can look at that and kind of see what we got going on in there. Swissy, you're off to work. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you. Coach Kyle, you said you're loving the map and you're doing well. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing good myself. We're rocking and rolling. It's been good, man. We're rocking and rolling. We're having fun. Let's take a look at it's scary, spooky. I don't know what the keyword is for it, but there definitely is a horror theme in here. Let's see if we can find it. Looks like it's not in this one. Is it Fantasy World then? I know it's in here somewhere, y'all. I don't think it's Parchment World. No, it's not. I know. Maybe is it Battle Maps? There's so many assets. I'm not. Oh, Gothic. Gothic could work. That's like for rooms, though. We need to keep it in the other maps. Lovecraft. Yeah, they don't have Lovecraft. I don't know what they call it. It's. I need to remember the name of it. I mean, Holidays has got Halloween stuff. But I want I want like all Halloween stuff, you know? I know there's definitely one for it. It must be in like one of the more zoomed in packs. Kafka-esque. I don't think they have that one there. Thank you for the follows, by the way, folks. I appreciate that. Super kind to you. What about bones? Yeah, we could look up bones. Maybe something with. There's got to be something with that, right? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Those are a little bit small, but let's go. Let's do it in the fantasy world. Oh, geez, y'all. Yo, okay, we got something we can play with here. This is like orc stuff, but like, yo, we can totally make this work. Something. Let's get it on top of that mountain. Nope, that's not how we do that. There. Oh, nope, that's moving the canyon, the cliff. There we go. These like big tusks pass through. That could be cool. Jake, what age group is the book for? It is it's funny for adults, but it's kind of like a Disney movie in that it's very safe for kids. And in fact, I've had a fair few young adult and like middle school readers picking it up, which I really didn't expect, but they've had fun with it. Y'all check this out real quick. I got to show you like the happiest thing. I got fan art from a young reader. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. Like a 6th grade reader loved the book and sent me this. He drew the main character, and y'all, that's just, oh my god. That's a highlight right there. I'm in love with it. So yeah, it resonates with kids, I guess. I didn't realize it, but you know what? My 2 best-selling books of all time have both been, you know, YA friendly, so I think I'm just supposed to write YA now. Also, Titan Terra, I love that idea of it looking like ribs, kind of. I can't get them separate, though. I wish I could break them off, because then I could actually make ribs. Jam Schmidt, the name or the cover reminds you of Captain Underpants. Ah, I loved those books. I read the heck out of those growing up. And we can make something work with these. I think this could be this could be what we're looking for. I want to change their. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen, y'all. I want to change their color a little bit, though. They're a little bit too white. Let's make them creepier, you know. Nav, what is my degree in? I have a degree in creative writing and media communication studies, but I do not recommend getting a degree in creative writing if you want to be an author. I don't think it'll hurt, but I don't think it's necessary at all. Like, I would have learned probably more by just reading books and writing short stories and sending them to contests than actually my degree. And I had a Pulitzer Prize winning professor and like just a ton of cool stuff in my degree, but it's just, man, the best way to get better at writing is to read books and write stories. Simple as. I like these bones, guys, but they're kind of not working when you make them small. They're losing their detail. Um, yeah, Dracula. There are a bunch of free short story contests, and I highly recommend starting by your career by writing stories for those contests and submitting them. They're free, and you get like legit judges judging them. Um, Big time recommend it. It's a great way to start. The one I'll shout out is um, Writers and Illustrators of the Future. It's a wonderful contest. It runs quarterly. I just dropped the name in chat there. I submitted to that a lot. Got honorable mention was my best finish in it. It's a great contest. Someone else, where was another question? How many books do you have, and is there a book you would recommend for an adult? Well, Jake, thank you for asking. These are my book ones. I have 10 published novels now. Some of them are sequels. For adults, this one, if you like Jurassic Park, it's like thriller-esque fantasy. And this one, if you like Dragon Ball Z meets Highlander vibes. But if you like to laugh, this one also works for adults. It's very goofy. They're all good options. They're all on Amazon. They're in the links in my bio. If you go to my link tree, they're all linked there. Jam Schmidt, what is Paragon like? Paragon is lit RPG. It's System Apocalypse specifically. If you're familiar with that genre, basically it is post-apocalyptic where gates opened all around the world and monsters came spewing out of them. Completely upset society. And the main character is part of an adventuring group that trains, levels up, gets stronger, and then goes into the gates to find the source of the monsters and close them down. It's been described like solo leveling, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy it. It's 4 books in that series. Book 4 is coming out next year, early next year, and book 5 I am writing now, finishing. Impage, you said orc decorations. Yeah, that's orc was kind of giving me some options in here. Oh, look at this, y'all. Look at that. Let's get that in focus. That's pretty sick. I like that. Let's see what else we got that's like that. Some more like, oh, look at this like teeth stuff going on, y'all. This is good. Impage, good pull. Gabe, you said what makes a good map? Oh man, I don't know. I think getting the scale right's important, like not having trees that are as big as mountains and stuff. A lot of colors. I really like colors in my map, unless you're going for a desaturated parchment vibe. And beyond that, just like have fun with it, man. Put some interesting stuff in there, you know? Kind of let your imagination go nuts with it. I'm kind of new to making maps, so I haven't always done this. So I'm a map newbie, honestly. Oh, that's another creepy one. Okay, yeah, this orc stuff, y'all, this is fully what we needed. Good pull, Impage. I like it, my guy. And yeah, folks, if you're having fun on stream, you want to hang out with us outside of it, well, here's our Discord. I just dropped it in chat. Feel free to join us there. We got like 200 people in the Discord. Growing community. We hang out. We talk. We share artwork and writing, critique each other's writing, stuff like that. It's a good time. Jump on in there with us. It's also in my bio in my link tree. Jam Schmidt, you made a map after you first read The Hobbit? Dude, that's cool. I like that. That's a lot of fun. The Hobbit's such a good story. How do we get these details in here, y'all? They're a little bit hard to place. Let's zoom in super close. They're a little, they don't really fit the scale, right? Like in order to see the detail of them, they got to be so small or so big that they kind of mess the scale up. But I kind of like it, you know? Like that's fine. Like it creates kind of chops up the terrain a little bit. Aaron, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Good morning to you. We are working on Turnback territory, a chat created area here. We're going to make this road not entirely blood red, but it's just the most annoying road for just winding all the way through everything here. And right now we're just kind of roughing it up, putting some extra details in here. Oh, y'all, hold on. We got this dry this dry lake, right? What if instead of the crater, I mean, I do like the crater. What if we put this in here? It kind of has like Sarlacc pit vibes, you know? Or the Carcoon pit. How do we like that, guys, instead of the crevasse? That looks like teeth coming out of the ground, right? I mean, heck, we could even double stack it. Kind of like that. What do we think about that? I think that's a good good mix right there. That kind of made it really cool. Is it alive? Does it eat people? I don't know. But I like it. It looks super cool. And then I think this, I don't even know what these are. These, nope, don't spin them. These things, I guess they're like the ruins of old buildings. I want to put these in here. They rough the ground up in a nice way. I like it. Kind of like here, but let's make them beneath everything. There we go. That kind of roughs it up. I'm a fan of that. Just like little teeth. I feel like teeth is kind of the theme for the whole thing, this whole area. Widow, it is inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat for you. It's a free online map maker. Ton of fun. All right, y'all. Is it time to... We got to paint the ground in here. We never did that. Oh, interesting. Impage. Orc Decorations has different sizes. Size up. Oh, the rapids are behind a mountain? Yeah. I actually kind of did that on purpose. It's one of the rocks coming out of the river. I thought it looks like it's like, you know, the name itself is going through the rapids. Thought that was kind of cool. Needs a little bit more curve on that, though. Let's get a little curve in here. Yeah, now we're talking. Kind of like that. I dig it. Just a little bit hard to read, maybe. We'll ease it out a little bit. Rapids of Regret. There we go. Bert, good to see you, buddy. Oh, you said on the territory on the bottom left? Talking about like right in here? Behind a mountain? Bert, how you been, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. Lower down, even down here? I don't know what you're talking about. You said the rapids are... Oh, are they above a mountain? Lower? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what you're trying to say. SM Wallace, good to see you. Incarnate is the incarnate.com. Oh, by the teeth. Oh, I see it. Wow, y'all, good eye. Holy cow, how'd you catch that? We got runaway rapids in there. Wow, good eye, folks. Bryce Byrnes. I'm sorry, dude. I don't remember you. I apologize, but glad you're here. Good to see you. How you doing? Bert, you've been well? That's what I want to hear, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. What were we working on before that? Oh, we were going to paint the color. Okay, so what color do we think this ground should be, y'all? Because it's like, you know, it's evil and lava-y and red up in here. It's going to transition to what color we want. To the color that we want for here. We got gray right now, but I think we Turnback territory. It's got an Old West vibe to it. It's kind of what I'm feeling. What color do we think, y'all? Let's pop over here. We can look at the colors real quick. Lavender, interesting. Dark brown, kind of like dead earth. Well, here, let's see, what's our opacity set to? Opacity is a little bit low. Let's get in here, get our brush size up. Oh, you know what? It's going to paint over the road. That's going to be annoying. We'll have to be careful to paint around the road. But let's see, we can do a brown, kind of like... I'll do it not in there because it's going to take some detail work. We could do a brown, kind of like this. Dirt orangey gray. We could kind of something like this. Nah, that's going to be too close to the road color. A little more orange in it would be nice. Kind of like this. Nope, sorry, wrong screen. Don't look at that. There it is. I kind of like that orange, y'all. I think that orange is pretty good. Maybe even a mix of that brown and orange. What do you think about something kind of like that? Almost looks like clay. I kind of like that. Hey, thank you for the follow, Mr. Buffalo. I appreciate you, my friend. Yo, I'm kind of liking the orange and the orange and the brown. Let's save those brushes. We're gonna favorite these so I don't lose them. And let's paint some ground. Get rid of this real quick because we're gonna paint a different color in here eventually. Need the opacity at full. There we go. We're just wiping that out. All right, now opacity back to 86. We're gonna start with our orange. And we're gonna put some of that in here. So we're gonna have to be real careful around this road. That's all right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna paint around it, and then we're gonna come back and redo the road on top. Roads technically should be the last thing done. I kind of messed up by doing it first, so my bad. Casio, mind you, the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, that's what we're going for, dude. It looks like it, right? I love it. Andrew, thank you. So the map looks sick. What's the book about? So here's our map. I'll zoom out real quick. We can appreciate all the different regions we've worked on. And the book is right here. It's Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. And it's been described as a D&D campaign where no one put any points into intelligence and the DM is taking a shot after every chapter. And I'm just so flattered by that description. You can get it on Amazon now. Ebook, audiobook, paperback. The links are all in my bio and my link tree. But yeah, check it out. I'd appreciate it. We are making the map for it right now. And this is the map so far. And we're working right now on a chat-created territory called Turnback territory. And we're going to paint the ground this orangey color, then we're going to brown it up on top of that. And then we're going to redo this road in its actual color, not this bright red we used to mark it. So a little bit of detail work. See if we can color in between the lines here. Oh, Silenzo, you love maps. My man, you're in the right place. This is a map lover's paradise. Any day I can get on here and make maps, I'm happy about it. Yo, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central. Fridays are our map days. Wednesdays, we've been doing opening lines where y'all suggest your favorite books, and I read the opening line live on stream, and then as an author, I break down why they're good and what they're doing. And on Mondays, we do write-alongs where I work on my next book live on stream. And I encourage y'all to write or create or just do your morning emails, whatever it is, along with me. And also I do Q&A. Any stream that I'm live, I'm always taking Q&A about author life, publishing, books, writing, all that fun stuff. So feel free. You're always welcome to ask questions about these things. I love talking about it with people. Slindy, you're not late, my friend. You are here, and that's what counts. I'm happy to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good on this lovely Friday. All right, a little bit of detail work in here. I really should have painted the road last. I messed up on that one, but that's all right. We're good enough. We can make it work, y'all. We got it. We have the power. There we go. Just kind of get this red. I know it looks unnatural right now. It's okay. We're gonna wet on wet blend these bad boys together. It's gonna look like real dirt, or real fantasy dirt. Widow, any tips for someone wanting to start writing? My man, absolutely. Sorry, I say my man and my dude a lot. I use it very gender neutrally. I apologize if you are a dudette. I try not to. I say it too much, but my dude / dudette. If you want to get into writing, my number one thing is don't jump right into novels. Novels are long. They're like marathons. It takes a while to do novels. You know, they're kind of tough. You don't jump right into running a marathon, right? You run a sprint first, then you run a mile, then you run a 5K, then you run a 10K, then you run a half marathon, then you run a marathon, right? So in that same vein, start with short stories. They're a lot easier to write. They're shorter, but they require every element of a novel. They need beginning, middle, ends. They need characters, conflict, and resolution, all that fun stuff. So start with short stories, and then the really great thing about short stories is there are tons of free short story contests out there that you can submit to kind of get feedback on your work, you know? And that's a great place to start, in my opinion. You can submit to those free contests, you get feedback, and it's more valuable to write 10 short stories, I think, than it is to struggle through one novel. You want to write short stories until you feel really confident, and then jump up to the novel landscape. That's typically my starter advice for writing. Yikes, good to see you again, my friend. Welcome back. Widow, you grew up in the 90s. Dude is gender neutral. Yep. See, you understand why I do it. That is my origin story. Dude was gender neutral back then. I think it still is, realistically. Y'all, how we liking this brown color when we smear it in with the orange? I'm a fan of it. I really like how that's turning out. Isetto, a short story is 1 to 5 chapters, which doesn't really help you, so a more specific length, I would say 2,000 to 10,000 words, you're in short story range. That's about the range I'd be shooting for. And most contests are going to want something in 2,000 to 10,000 word range. Whereas, a novel for fantasy is 100,000 words, man. That's such a huge jump. You're going to want some practice before you commit months to writing a novel, Ellie, 70,000 credit score. Oof, good credit score, Ellie. What's the book called? The book is right here. It is Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. They are the Dark Lord's last hope, and, well, that's not great. Setting loose a gaggling bunch of goblins on the world surely will result in no ill effects, such as road rage, unionization, and one genie wish gone terribly, terribly wrong. It's on Amazon. You can get it now as ebook, paperback, audiobook. Links are in my bio. Please pick it up. I'd appreciate it. It's what keeps me doing this job. I appreciate your support, y'all. Thank you for asking, Ellie. Ronan Gray, you have me playing in the background while you finish editing your first draft of your novel. Dude, rock on. I love to hear that. I'm playing in the background, keeping you company in the morning. I love doing that. And you're editing the first draft of your novel. My dude. Good on you. Rock on. If you got any questions as you go through, let me know. I'm happy to help. But well done. First draft. Rock on, dude. Proud of you. Moonlit Hare. Wonderful name. Hare, H-A-R-E, for the folks that aren't reading it, because it's very different if it's Moonlit, H-A-I-R. The map creation is tickling my brain. However, my scene for my novel is just basically woods. Hey, nothing wrong with woods. We love woods. Mikey, you said, what's the whole map look like? Yeah, let's zoom out real quick. We'll get a quick zoom, show y'all what we're working with here. There we go. Here's our full map. The Kingdom of Darkness. It's where the book begins. Featuring such wonderful regions as the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. Or the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. We also got chat created this one. The Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment. The lore being, if you're in the fog here, you can't think straight. Your head's all muddled. But when you get up to these hilltops, you can think clearly and you can see your path out. But to get out, you got to go through the creepy fog again and get all muddled. Then, of course, we got the Rapids of Regret, where there are damned souls that the Dark Lord has imprisoned, trapped into the water. And the who-dos of who goes there. And, of course, we have legally distinct Mordor, the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, where the Dark Lord abides. But right now, we're painting our Turnback territory, which we just created today. So let's get this on in here, darken it up a little bit, and then we're going to do the road on top of this nice brown color we got going on. Brownish orange. I'm a big fan of it, y'all. Get a little detail work in here. Some Bob Ross vibes. Do some wet-on-wet painting. Need an Iceland? Yeah, we do, man. We could do that. If we go over here, here's our map that we made, the first map we made on stream. And I think we did some cool, this was all original. We made it just chat and I just kind of came up with it, But something that I'm really proud of was this ice area we made down here. Witherworm, we call it. There's like the ruins of an old city down here. And then these islands. I love this island chain. The Rime chain, we called it. So yeah, we could use some nice icy area. I also really like this little swamp we made, Wormshire. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is just a all original map. This is the first one we did. And now we're on to this one, which is a little more evil. Monkey Boy, that's a good question. So the way we explain that is that this island is actually like continent-sized, and I'm just bad at scale. Scale is what I really need to work on in my maps. So yeah, we're working on it. I tried to do better here. Like I tried to standardize. The mountains should be the same size across the map, and whenever I dropped a tree, I like compared it to next to a mountain to make sure that we're maintaining that scale. But like I said, I'm new to maps, so we're kind of, we're figuring it out as we go. Scale is tough sometimes, especially when you can zoom in infinitely. Like I could be working on literally the detail around a tree root, right? And then you zoom out to here, and it's like, oh, you can barely see the tree. You need to make a meadow area with one hut, and there's some magic stuff going on around the hut. Kind of fairy tale vibes. I could see that. I could see that. Let's just let's finish darkening this up, and then I think we're gonna put the final color on that road, because it still looks out of place. It's a little too red. But y'all, I'm really happy with the browns we got going on here in Turnback territory. The brownish orange. I love it. I think that's mixed in really well. So now we're gonna do the road. What colors? We said the road was gonna be red, orange, and kind of tan, kind of beige, I think it was. So let's do that. Let's up our opacity a bit. Oh, there was a question about writing that I wanted to get to. Where was it? Dracula said, "What do you do if you're just not satisfied with the first chapter, no matter how much you rewrite?" Dracula, you just gotta move on from it, because here's a pro tip. Typically, when you get to the end of the book, you go back and rewrite, or at least heavily edit the first chapter anyway. Because the book that you're starting with, man, isn't necessarily the book that you're going to end with. You discover and you learn as you go through the book. So the first time that you do your it's kind of messing with the road a bit. I'm not sure I'm loving that color. The first chapter that you write isn't necessarily gonna be the first chapter that you end on. You learn a lot about the book and the characters as you write it. So yeah, just press on, and then when you finish it, come back and look at it again with fresh eyes. Yeah, Moonlit, you can always edit. Ask me how many times I've scrapped a first draft. Yep. Brie Renee. There we go, I got there. Yes, incarnate.com, you're spot on. Yikes said, are you a discover as you go writer, or you like to plan it all out in advance? I like to plan it out to some level, some degree, but then I leave a lot of room for creative freedom, because my best ideas always come in the moment. So I always leave room for that. Oh, thank you for that follow, Moonlit Hair. I appreciate you. And Dre Silva said, I'm amazing. Man, you're amazing. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you. Y'all, we got to do something with this road here. The road was good. It was going to be nice and bright before we made the terrain dark. And now it's not working too much now that we've changed the color. So we got to get a different color for it. Moonlit, you need more writing friends. Well, hey, here's our Discord. I just dropped it in chat. It's also linked in my bio. Pop on in there, man. We got a lot of writing friends in there. That's where we hang out. Critique writing together, share what we're working on, share art, pet pics, all that fun stuff. It's basically hanging out with the stream community once stream ends. Dirty up the red road, darken it a bit. Yeah, we definitely got to darken it a bit. Imp, you're spot on. I don't want it to blend into the terrain too much. So like, we need to darken it with something, but I don't want to, I don't want to ruin it, because like if I, maybe this kind of dirt would be good. B, we are using incarnate.com to make this. I'm having trouble darkening this road, y'all. Kind of like, there we go. That's kind of the vibe. Now we're talking. Kind of like that, I think. What are we liking that? We thinking that's it's still a little bit too dark for me. Like, I really like how the red pops, Oh, I don't know. That's kind of looking good though. I'm kind of digging it now that we're getting a little more of it. Oh, Dracula, you totally can, man. I believe in you. There are dyslexic. Look up Open. I think it's called Open Dyslexic. It's a font made for dyslexic folks. It makes it easier to read. I bet you could write in that easier than you could normal fonts. I don't have dyslexia, but folks that do have told me that it's like a game changer for them. So give that a look. That's supposed to be helping out a lot. Yeah, the road's kind of blended now, but I'm not mad about it, you know? Um, Charlie, this biome is supposed to be we're kind of getting some Wild West vibes, kind of dry and dusty, on the edge of I was supposed to paint this riverbed. Oops, we'll paint that real quick. On the edge of the Hoodoos and legally distinct Mordor. Let's go ahead and paint this river in here, riverside. I want to make it look like a transition point from one region to another. So we're gonna darken up like this so it matches, and we're gonna blend in the dark red that we were using over here from the Hoodoos, and then we're gonna smear it all together. Oh, that's a little too much. Getting a little heavy-handed here. Dab, dab. Don't heavy stroke. There we go. And now we need to darken. Let's go like this, kind of. Oh, I went. Oops! I went over the road. We're gonna have to put the road back in. I didn't even see it there as I was working. Whoopsie. There we go. Bree Renee, your skills could be this good. I'm relatively new to Incarnate. You know, I'm learning as I go. It's all just practice. You know, just have fun with it. Just rock and roll. Figure it out as we go. That's my secret, man. All right, this transition point's a little bit too severe in here. We're gonna need to smother. Just smear it. Just a little bit of smear. Kind of like that. Now let's get some more dark. Smooth that red out. Hunter on YouTube, my friend. How you doing? Welcome in. Pleasure to have you. There we go. Now, see, that's a better transition. Now things kind of transition through smoothly. I'm a fan of that. You're right, Moonlit. No mistakes, just happy little accidents. Let's see. Did I favorite my road texture? I sure did. Look at me, y'all. I'm actually thinking ahead for once. We can just put this road right on back here. Look at that. There we go. Boom. The road's right back in place. Ain't it great to think ahead once in a while? Court Meme said, hi, this past couple days you've been popping up for me and I had to stop by and tell you amazing. Well, thank you, Court. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you. Welcome to our Fantasy Map Friday. This is here's the full map we've been working on. We're getting real close to finishing it, y'all. Need to touch up, blend some things in, finish a couple biomes. Like down here is just blank space. To be thinking about what we want to put down there. Wandering Elk. We are using incarnate.com right there in chat. Free online map maker. It's got a paid tier too if you're into it, but free one's plenty strong. Plenty strong. Need a little more. I need to favorite this red. I've been using it so much. It's going to come back to haunt me if I don't favorite it. There we go. Now let's get a little brown in there. Kind of smear that all together. And then a little bit of our secondary brown. Look at that, y'all. There's Bob Ross up in here. We're wet on wet painting. A little bit of you for the transition. I think my opacity is a little bit high. Let's turn that down a bit. There we go. I like that transition. Come on. There we go. Nice and smooth. You're very welcome, Wandering Elk. Welcome in, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well today. All right, let's get back to this road we were working on here. Yeah, Scrubhub. Rapids of Regret are, unfortunately, I can't change the name because they are canonically in the book now. Um, that's kind of the funny part about working on the map. Because the book's already published, right? So some of these places are already in the book, and they were just created as offhand jokes in the book. But now that we're making the map, I'm committed to the names, you know. The Rapids of Regret are mentioned as part of the run up to the Dark Lord's domain. Which, by the way, guys, the book's on Amazon now. Ebook, paperback, audiobook. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the ways they messed that up. One of my favorite chapters is the one about road rage, and of course the genie wish that goes terribly, terribly wrong. But feel free to check it out. I'd appreciate it, y'all. It is how I keep getting to do what I do. Oh yeah, Court Meme, you can definitely get it on your Kindle. It's available in ebook, audiobook, and paperback. Whatever format you prefer, we got it there. The audiobook is particularly good, I'll say. We got Jeff Hayes of Dungeon Crawler Carl fame on the audiobook, man. Holy cow, did he do a good job along with the other narrators. Alright, let's get this road in here. Let's get the opacity full for a moment. Oh, I'm using the wrong brown. That's what's going wrong, guys. My bad, my bad. I thought it was looking a little bit wrong. Opacity's too high there. We need something like you. There it is. We're going to redo this. We're going to put a little more red into this road again. Because I've lost a lot of that red. And I do want that reddish color on the road. But we'll come back over. Oh, Sarah, you said you read my book on your Kindle when you can't sleep at night, and it's wonderful. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really happy to know that you're enjoying it as you relax each evening. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for telling me that, and thank you for trying it. I appreciate you. Widow, you said, what's the process of getting a book published? I'll answer that real quick, but first let me do Blues Media. Here's the book, Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, and all the wonderful ways they messed that up. It's on Amazon, ebook, audiobook, paperback, any format you want. Feel free to go grab it. I'd appreciate it. It's very silly book. Good for young adult readers, good for adults too. Relatively clean. A lot of shenanigans. Blues, it's a full like adult fantasy book. It's just it's like a Terry Pratchett book in that kids could read it too. There's nothing that's gonna, get them in trouble. Not too many bad influences except for maybe the goblins' love of arson. They're always trying to set something on fire. Thanks for asking. And Widow, you said, what's the process? Yeah, Court, we can zoom back out. Oh, you want the book cover one more time? Yeah, here you go. Here you go. It's in my link tree in my bio too. If you click on into that, there's also, y'all. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if it's still there. I do have signed copies for sale at my local bookstore. Only place you can get signed copies is my local bookstore. Support your independent bookstores, folks. Let's see. There was one left in stock. Yeah, there's still one in stock. So if you want a signed paperback, the link's in my bio. You can get it from my local bookstore. Support an independent bookstore that just opened up. Great folks. They do book clubs. They got kids and teens in there, having a nice safe place to be after school, and they're learning and reading fantasy, and just an awesome place, man. It's called Books by the Bay in LaPorte, Texas. Check it out. They got one signed copy left. If you buy that one, they'll have to reorder. And I like it when they reorder. That makes me feel good that my books are actually selling out in stores. We've sold out twice in 2 weeks, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Thank you guys for making that happen. Thanks for the follows, y'all. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome, man. Coming in here, hanging out with me on Friday morning. I appreciate you. This is the best way to start the workday, let me tell you. I got a lot of work to do and writing and whatnot after this. Got a busy day, but I appreciate starting it out with y'all. It makes it fun. Oh, Widow, I'm sorry. I meant to answer your question. You said, what's the process of getting a book published? Well, Widow, it really depends on what kind of publishing you're going to do. If you're going for traditional publishing, the process would be that you query literary agents with your finished manuscript and a little cover letter that's kind of telling what the book's about. And once you get a literary agent, they will work with you to revise the book, edit it up, and then they will use their industry contacts to submit it to publishers that they think will enjoy it. And then you kind of, publishers, if they want it, they'll offer you, money for it in advance, and then they'll work on your cover art, they'll edit it, they'll get it all designed, they'll make a launch plan, etc., etc. And then next thing you know, you'll be in a bookstore like Barnes & Noble and for sale on Amazon and whatnot. That's TradPub. I am hybrid, so I was in Trad for a little bit. Now I am self-pub and small press, so I work with smaller publishers, and that's been really good for me. They're a very different process for those. Especially self-pub, where you really just do everything yourself, That's Weirdly Little Hands is self-pubbed, though I did sell the audio rights to Sound Booth Theater. All right, let's get a save. We have 603 unsaved changes. Yeah, Waffle Warrior, I can show the whole thing. Once soon as it finishes saving, we'll zoom on out here. Here's the whole map that we've been working on. It's pretty big, man. We got a lot going on here. Ken, we are drawing it on inkcarnate.com. It's a free online map maker. It's got a paid tier too, if you want, but free tier is totally fine. Nothing wrong with it. All right, guys. We need a little something else on this road. I got the red back in it. I also kind of want to dirty up. There's a little. I want more of a smooth layer here on our regions. This region out here. There we go. A little bit heavy-handed. Let's be a little bit lighter with it. There we go. Needs a little more in here too. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on KU Court for sure. All my books are on Kindle Unlimited. You can, if you're a subscriber to KU, man, you can just pick it up right now. It's hard in here with the road. That's why you paint the road last, y'all. You got to get the background to where you want it. Then you do the road. I made a mistake here. Like I told you, I'm still a map newbie. We're still figuring it out. There we go. All right, back to the road. Not enough cliffs, says Carter. Well, Carter, we got cliffs right here, and then we got cliffs in here in the fire rivers and the lava rivers, and then we got cliffs right down here too. So I'm a sucker for cliffs, man. I love a good cliffside. Got to get the waterfall going off the cliffs down here into the swamp of sadness and sweaty under things. Court meme, you just finished a court of Thorns and Roses and needed a new book to read. You're so excited. Well, thank you. Hey, give it a try. I hope you enjoy it. It'll be quite a palate cleanser after a Kotar, that's for sure. Very silly. Jake Hartman on YouTube, my guy. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Here's an overview of the map for you, dude. We're making progress. I love this new region we've added, Turnback territory. It's really fitting in there nicely. Welcome in, Jake. How you doing, man? Happy Friday. Cameron, what is my book about? Ken, no, it's Jake Hartman on YouTube. He's a longtime stream viewer tuning in. And Cameron, you said, what's it about? Well, here's the book, Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the ways they mess it up. Because, well, they're goblins, man. They're a reviewer described them as players in a D&D campaign that put no points into intelligence, and their DM is taking a shot every chapter. It's pretty good, man. It's goofy. It's on Amazon now. It makes fun of a lot of fantasy books and is silly fantasy book in its own right. Impage, you said, I think that one mountain needs to be pulled back from the road near the lake. Yeah, you got a good eye, my friend. I saw that as well. It's kind of bleeding into the road a bit, right? There we go. That's better. Good shout, Impage. My incarnate expert. Finnegan, thank you for the congrats, but congrats to you, man. Published your first book. Give us a title shout out, dude. What's it about? What is it? Do tell. Yo, we got to get this road right. I'm really struggling with this road. What color do we do? Like, I want it to stand out, but this is such dark ground, so I guess it needs to be brighter to stand out, maybe? Let's try this. Let's try to give it this cobblestone color that I've got going on right here, right? Like the cobblestone. What if we tried that? Interesting. What's going on there? There we go. What if we tried to put that cobblestone down here with the red? Or what I should do is cobblestone first. And now I want to see if I go over it with a light red. Does that kind of get the vibe we're going for? Nah, I don't think it does. It's going to be about being, you know, a light touch on it, but I don't think that does it either. That was better before. Alright, it was a good idea. It was a good idea. You do like the cobblestone, though? Finnegan, your book is called Chaos in Creation. It's a poetry book out on Amazon. Alright, sick, dude. I like it. Oh, MJ Serios. There you go, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Putting lines outside the road, kind of like what we got going on here, to make it stand out. That could work. Find Your Smile. What's up, my dude? Good to see you. Is it a very dark brown, like the shadows of the mountain dark? Where's your second comment? Then some small bright torches. Ooh, I do like the torches idea. Y'all, Find Your Smile. If you're not following his account, check it out. Check it out. My dude is doing tattoos like I've never seen. Just beautiful art. By that, his videos alone made me go from I don't ever want a tattoo to ooh, but that style though. All right, let's try it. Let's try. You know what we can do to do that outline? We can grab our line tool. Let's see what we can do here. I need to blur that. I know it looks nuts right now. Just give me a second. We'll fix it. There it is. It's a little bit thick though. Let's try that line tool again, but we're gonna do smaller stroke size. We're gonna make sure that blur is on. Let's try. It kind of works. It could do it, you know. What do we think, y'all? And then we maybe paint the inside something. Oh boy, my strokes need to be good in order to do that. Come on, Alex, you're capable of doing this. Ugh, there we go. It does stand out a lot. It stands out maybe a bit too much. I guess you know what we can do? We can lower the opacity. And probably too large. Yeah, I agree with that. How about like 80 on our stroke size? Take it down by a ton. Well, come on, Alex. You can do it, buddy. I've lost my ability to trace. I think the opacity is too low now. How about like... Man, I just can't draw right now. It kind of darkens it. I don't know, though. Don't use black, use a dark brown. Yeah, that is what Find Your Smile said, isn't it? And that's our resident color expert. Let's grab a brown. Let's grab a brown, like right here. Maybe a little too light now. You can't even really tell it's there. Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do with it exactly. A little more blur. Yeah, I think I prefer it without that. You like the shadow on it, Court? Okay, okay. let's see. We're just going to do sections of it here. It definitely, you know, what's the word, like it bolds the edge. It reinforces it in a way. I think it needs just a little more less opacity is what I would typically say, I guess. It's going to really help in here where the fog is and you kind of lose the road. Or not. The fog's too thick. There we go. All right. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that. Haha, Rich, my friend, this is Incarnate. Welcome in. Incarnate.com. And here's the map as it stands. God, I love it. It's really coming out good, y'all. Thank you for the input, everybody. You're really helping make this bad boy come to life. I love this. I'm just going to draw a lot of lines on here. I really like how this is. I quite like what this is doing to the road, actually. Good suggestion, everybody. Thank you for getting me there. Sometimes what you need is just more bright people hanging out, giving you suggestions. Y'all, I have to wear many hats being an independent author, but I'm really just a keyboard jockey. That's what I'm really good at. Is the red outline on its own layer? No, I don't think it is. The painting is all on the same layer, foreground layer. I don't think you're able to get that specific with layers like you could in a vector graphics program, which is typically what I work in when I'm doing graphic design. Intense focus on this part. Oh, Tasabu, you just finished your map on Incarnate after months of work, dude. Congratulations. Very nice, man. Yeah, Court, they do have buildings. I'm not using too many of them, but here, I'll pop over to here real quick. We'll go to the assets. I gotta get I've got the orc search filter on. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of buildings, all different types. These are the dwarven ones. There's desert buildings, elven, etc., etc. You can go straight down. There's like a human one. Yeah, here human settlements. Just all the buildings you could want. If we go to this map, my first map that we made, and we zoom in, here's a good selection of a lot of the buildings. Made this little village. Figford, it does have some cyberpunk and sci-fi vibe. It's mainly fantasy, but it does have some of that, Yeah, Court, this is kind of for D&D. I think the original idea was like D&D, but people use it for all sorts of things. Yeah, Ford, I agree with the duplicating, giving it a blur, kind of like almost a drop shadow effect. I wish I could do that, but it's a little. This is between a graphics editor and like a painting program, so it kind of blurs the line between those two. You don't necessarily have all those settings. Abigail, Incarnate.com is where we make this. Just put it in chat. It's a free online map maker, ton of fun. And folks, if you're just joining, this is the map as it stands at the present. And it is for my book, Wriggly Little Hands. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip trying to save the Dark Lord. But boy, when your last and only hope is goblins, it's not a great place to be. There's a lot of shenanigans. It's very goofy. You can get it on Amazon now, an ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Please give it a look. Pick it up if you want. Helps support me, keeps me, being a full-time author. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Tide and Terra, every time you see the cover, you find another small detail and love it. Love it. I appreciate that. There's such good detail in there. Ivan did an incredible job on it. Ken, you're gonna create a book. You had to put that into the universe. Hey man, make it happen. Go get it. I believe in you. If you got questions along the way, please do ask. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. Not always maps. Fridays are always maps. Other days, who knows? But I'm always open to Q&A for authors and just readers, anybody wants to talk about books, publishing, all that fun stuff, we are always open to do that. Yo, what do we need to finish this road off? It feels like it's not complete. What are we thinking? Like, how do we finish it? Cole said, do you have to draw out each building and copy and paste it, or is it a pre-made catalog? Yeah, there's a pre-made catalog, and you just drop stamps, and it will even randomize the stamps as you drop them. So you could just like literally, here, I'll show you real quick. If you just, let me grab a building that's got a good library attached to it. There we go. So boom, if I have this one, right? I click once, puts that one down. Click again, puts that one down. Then this one, then this one. So you can do that with individual stamps, and it can randomize very easily to make a whole big area super quickly. The torches, says Find Your Smile. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. It's going to be hard. They're going to be a little bit small, you know, for the zoom. But I do like the idea. Here you go, Ken. I got that link for you. There it is. And it's also in my bio, too, if you want to grab it out of there. Caden Perky says, in between the part you're working on and the one below it, put a dark valley into the land of the dead. That's a good idea. We do have our kind of carcoon pit thing going on over here. You're talking like right down here-ish. Oh, you know what, guys? I forgot. We wanted like fog over this. So let's check this out real quick, because I made this cloud earlier, and I need to get it over top of everything, because that's going to affect how it looks, right? It's supposed to be like burned smoke, right? Like all these trees have burned down. So we gotta drop a few of those in there, because this whole area is supposed to be like really smoky. Hunter says, let's be honest, where's the poison swamp? Well, we do have a swamp down here, the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. No poison in it yet, though. Just, you know, goblins hanging out, our main characters. Someone, was it Grogu? Where were you? I saw your comment come by. You said, first time here, love the map. Well, thank you, my friend, and welcome in. It's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for the follows, everybody. Guys, welcome in. Yeah, I can't really, I do think the smoke should be darker. I can't really make it much blacker. Gray is about the best I can get. I would really like it to be black. Oh, well, there we go. That's kind of black. Kind of like that's a darker gray. What is that? Brightness 44. Let's see. We do them both like that. Kind of works. Kind of works. It's a little. It's still too. It ruins too much detail when I put it there, though. We'll need to mess with the opacity on it.